the Reaper taking on Boers. Whittaker versus Chimaev. And Henry, remember what I told you?
Yep. Can I tell you something, Kamaru? I was wrong, dude. I was wrong about Khamzat Chimaev. I really was, dude. Just for the simple fact that I go back to your fight and I go back to that Gilbert Burns fight, and you start to analyze and see if these guys see how is it that he does it? How is it that he kind of fatigues in the later rounds? But he went out there. He had a great training camp. If you watch the countdown, I mean, he went to like, pretty much the highest altitude in Russia. I think it's like 12,000 feet above sea level. I mean, he was training with one of the greatest Russian wrestling coaches of all time, who trained the Satiev brothers, Adam Satiev and Buvaisar Satiev. And he went out there, and like I told you that was one of the biggest things when I did do a breakdown on this. Is Chimaev, they're going to go in there, get the distance, and the only thing that I will say about Robert Whittaker is his stance was a little too wide, bro. Because he was a little too wide, it's kind of hard to it's hard to defend when your leg is completely out there. I felt like and particularly at the beginning of the fight, his stance should have been a little more narrow because he just allowed Khamzat to grab that leg to eventually go bear hug, and then obviously he got on top, started ground and pounding, and dude, he pretty much did the same thing that Khabib did to Conor McGregor. And I mean, this guy studies Khabib. Like, he really does, man, because his top control is just like a top riding, very heavy up top, folk style wrestling. And then he went out there and he just pretty much face cranked him, loosened up his tooth. And I will say this, Kamaru, we need to skip Sean Strickland, and we need to put Khamzat Chimaev in there because he's deserved it. If you're able to get rid of a former champion, someone who's been the gatekeeper at 205 pounds like Robert Whittaker, and to be able to do it in a round, less than a round, put him in there, get rid of Sean Strickland, and give Khamzat Chimaev that damn title shot.
Wow! Max Holloway has never been knocked out. Volkanovski couldn't do it. Conor McGregor couldn't do it. Dustin Poirier couldn't do it. But Ilia Topuria was the man that can. So as we see here, a right hand hits Max Holloway, flush to the mush, knocks him all the way back against the fence. Left hook, misses. Left hook again, clips him. Down goes Holloway, follows up with ground and pound. Boom, there's that left hook right on the chin. Sits down Max Holloway, drops him bad. What a performance, unbelievable fight. Maximum respect to Max Holloway, of course. The man's a warrior. He's one of the best fighters to ever grace the octagon. He's an absolute legend. But tonight belongs to Ilia Topuria. And the man got it done in the presence of the King of Spain. Unbelievable. Ilia Topuria is the king. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what he's always step ahead. Now got the handcuff, keep fighting the hands. But Khamzat's always just like controlling a grip or something. Like, look, now he's got the other grip. Now he's gonna lose that one and get the cross grip. Oi. What? Already? Wow. Well, that's what I said. First or second round. Yeah, something with the jaw. That was just too quick. Fuck. Just look at the jaw from the pressure. That's crazy. Woof. That's what I'm saying, bro. Oh my God. But look at Max is gonna build up now. 3, 4, and 5. Look at that control. Beautiful. Oi. Blocked it though. Wow. Oh, combo. He throws that really well. You know what? Oi, that's the money. Ah. Hey, hey, hey. Oh. Yo. Ah, why not? These Islanders. Oh shit. He's wobbly. He's still wobbly. Oh, he's still wobbly. Oh! No. Wow. Nah, man. You gotta respect it. Fuck. This is what I said. I was like, I did not see him doing it to Volk. I didn't see him doing it to Max. Wow. Yo, well, superstar. He's up. This is it. Like, it's just. Fuck. Wow. Wow. Fuck, I love this shit, eh? Let's go, boys. But I know Volk. Volk's gonna fucking trade his ass off. Volk is gonna become the greatest Volk we've ever seen. I know Volk.
I love the wrestling style. It's an amazing style to watch. But when you're too worried about making any mistakes and you just decide to squeeze and hold is the issue. Nah, he hasn't got anything yet, but he has got the mount. Nope, quarter mount, back to back. Whittaker has to keep moving because if he stays stationary, he'll get caught out. Look at that. He's only been submitted one time 13 years ago. You know how competent Whittaker is when it comes to the grappling. He's dealt with people of high wrestling caliber before. And right now, he just looks like, yeah. But what I am happy about seeing from Chimaev is he's taking his time. Oh, no. There was no hooks. Mate, this guy's a beast. It felt like something happened.
Now Google Whittaker jaw.
I knew it. Something happened because he was like, oh, bro, that squeeze is insanity. Because it didn't look like a submission. He didn't have any hooks.
Well, just do the year. It was the absolute best UFC. But as far as the storylines go, I don't feel that we have resolved a damn thing. Let's start at 205 pounds. Which was designed to find an opponent for Pierre. And you want to know something, the part of the story you weren't told? That would have been a hell of a lot easier to do had Rachik won. The entire time, that would have been much easier to do if Rachik won. It was never discussed. It wasn't built into the story. It was a number one contendership for Uncle Live and a caveat that Uncle Live's got to look good. You want to know what has solved everything? If Rachik would have won, he would be the number one contender off to 205. He and Pierre would have a little back and forth right now. But I'm not convinced on Uncle Live. I am convinced on how great Uncle Live is. I am convinced he might be the best 205-pounder in the world. I am convinced that his ranking of number one is correct, and I'm convinced that his contendership and he's darn near an undefeated fighter. Oh, yeah, I love all of those things. I am not convinced that there was an offering, and not of excitement. I'm not convinced that there was an offering that Uncle Live may possess a weapon that Pereira can't deal with. And that was what was truly needed. Not just a fun fight. It was truly needed that as I watch you, and I imagine that you're in there with Pereira, do you have a tool or a skill that I can then also imagine is going to overwhelm Pereira? Now, I get that that's the fight, guys. I do it, 205 pounds. I get that for the simple reason of there's no one else to go to. Like, no one's that good of a storyteller to tell you a story of how all of these guys are healthy and the champion's not fighting number one. I believe Uncle Live's next fight will be and should be for a world championship. I'm not convinced Pereira's going to be there. I'm not convinced that when Uncle Live fights next for a title, it's not either going to be a vacated 205-pound belt or an interim belt, because I think that Pereira is moving on. I strongly think that Pereira versus Aspinall is going to be Pereira's next fight.